LPT Just make your own vanilla. If you use vanilla pretty consistently, you can make your own pretty easily that has much cheaper and better quality than what you get at the store. Simply get some cheap vodka. 80,100 proof works great. Order some grade B vanilla beans online. It'll actually be worse to get the more expensive grade A stuff. Also, I usually use 6 beans per 12 ounces of alcohol, but it all depends on how strong you want yours. Split the bean. Put it in the vodka. Leave it somewhere cool and dark for a year. I mix mine once a month-ish by turning the bottle over a few times. And that's it. You have vanilla you can bake with. Longer you leave it, the better. I have a bottle that's 2.5 years old I'm still going through. It's great stuff. Personally, it makes for a fun, unique Christmas gift every year. I buy the Costco 1L vodka, get about 15-20 beans online, and then bottle them in little 2 ounces bottles and give them out for a gift every year. Always a big hit. Wow, what a great tip. Vanilla ain't cheap, either. As an avid cook who loves processes, thank you. A year? That takes way more forethought and planning than I'm capable of. I have to crank out 11 dozen cookies for the bake sale this weekend. I have a batch that's been sitting for a few months. I used white rum. You can use different alcohols. Till vanilla extract has a lot of alcohol. Buy in volume. The little bottles are really expensive per fluid ounce. As a recovering alcoholic, I choose not to buy liquor. Alternatively, just trap some beavers and buy a box of latex gloves. IYKYK. Having made my own vanilla, I can say using spiced rum makes it even better. To piggyback off this, it makes a great Christmas gift. I put them in a cute bottle and hand them out a couple weeks before Christmas so people can use them for their cookies. Also, you can reuse the beans. Make a custard or creme brulee using a whole bean. When you strain out the pod from the cream, you can give it a quick rinse and add it to your vanilla steeped alcohol mixture. Being used in the cream plus that quick rinse will still leave it with a decent amount of flavor left inside that'll get sucked out from the alcohol. Where do you buy the grade B vanilla pods from? Why is it worse to use the better beans? I use mine after 3 months and it's fine. Also, when the bottle is half empty, I refill with vodka and let it sit for a couple weeks to regain its strength. When it doesn't go back to its really dark color, usually at the 3rd refill, I use it up and make another batch. Another tip: use Madagascar beans if you can. The flavor and aroma is amazing. Mine is currently 3 years old, much cheaper for better product. This is how I did my mom's Xmas. Diff types of beans so she could mix and match to her heart's content. Only thing is she didn't quite label the bottles that well and is leaving a bunch to me, so this will be fun exercise of discovery. Related-ish, you can also take some of those vanilla beans and infuse yourself some vanilla sugar. Look up the recipe, but if you're buying the beans already, then you may as well go wild. I've made traditional vanilla with vodka, but also rum, bourbon, whiskey, and brandy. It's a great project and gift. Are we going to talk about how fake vanilla is made here? I love tips like this to actually get people to cook their own processed foods better. Like garlic bread always tastes better when you make it yourself. I've found they don't need to sit for a year. 2-3 months will do. And you can reuse the beans. I pour extract out into another bottle to put in my spice cabinet. Then top off my process bottle with alcohol. I have them labeled vodka or bourbon and put it in the pantry. Give it a shake every now and then. Then refill the spice cabinet bottle when it gets low. The bourbon takes longer, but vodka doesn't take very long at all. I think if you have access to an immersion circulator for sous vide, you can get results in a few hours. Who has a year to wait for vanilla? Just to add, if you want to make the most incredible vanilla rum and Coke, just put a couple beans into your bottle of rum. I was never a vanilla Coke fan, but there's something divine about real vanilla and Coke. We got a kit for Xmas and it worked well. We tried redoing it ourselves and it was a failure. Beans were likely the issue, but I'm not sure how to make sure the beans are good without going to a pricey reseller like Pensie's. Or you could suck a dead beaver's asshole and spit the proceeds into a cup like a normal human. Had me in the first half NGL. Sounds like you are making vanilla extract, not vanilla. The vanilla bottles you find at the store are pretty small, so I think the real LPT is to just steal them. It's your civic duty to shoplift from corporations. Has anyone tried a cask-strength bourbon for this? 120-ish proof? Instead of remembering to shake the bottle, wrap it in bubble wrap and then in an opened-up bubble envelope. Tape it up and put it in the boot of your car. It'll get shaken gently every time you drive. The same technique works for infusing alcohol with lemon and/or orange peel. I buy vanilla sticks, very useful. My non-baking family members said they drank it and it was delicious. Lol. Once you use some, just top it off with more vodka. If the liquid starts to look pale, add in another bean. Ina Garten has had the same jar of vanilla extract going for a couple of decades. Vanilla bean paste is way better than macerated vanilla bean extract. Great, please tell my wife I'll bake this week's birthday cheesecake next year. If you use a sous vide, it takes a day instead of a year. I'm confused. You say split the beans, do you mean bean pods? This sounds really neat. I think I want to give this a try myself. Thank you for sharing. 10 BUKS for a bottle is cheaper than keeping track of and working on that for a year. Why is it so important for the vodka to be cheap? So I can use this in place of vanilla extract? Make your own vanilla. Order some vanilla beans. Well, damn. My wife makes her own and it's so much better than the stuff we used to buy. I use it in the yogurt I make. My partner has been doing this for years and it's definitely a money saver with how much we bake stuff, plus it's kinda fun. If you're into baking, it's also pretty easy to make your own vanilla paste. Chop up about 10 grate beans and add them to a food processor with 2 tablespoons vanilla extract and a little over a half cup of agave or honey. Blend until pureed and strain into a jar. That's it. You now have ready-to-use vanilla paste. Plus you can use the leftover pulp to make a smaller batch of vanilla extract. My extract has been going for about 3 months now and smells great, and I sub my vanilla paste for most things that call for vanilla. But I want pancakes now. If you use vanilla extract in dishes that get cooked, it's way cheaper just to buy baker's imitation vanilla. You cannot tell the difference. My brother-in-law did this for a Christmas gift and it was amazing. Gonna rebottle mine soon. I bought 8 Bacardi rum in the 6 ounces size. Dump them all in a half-gal jar. Cut a bunch of grade B beans into half-inch pieces. Been macerating for 10 months. Gonna distribute it back into the little Bacardi bottles for gifts. Use vanilla paste if you don't like the alcohol. If you want to make it even better, cook it in a pressure cooker first. It speeds up the infusion process dramatically. Make your own vanilla. Ingredients: alcohol and vanilla. Recursive loop detected in template string. For what it's worth, it's even better with rum. My wife's done this for years.